Have you ever had the chilling sensation that you are being haunted? Not by a ghost in a hallway, but by a future version of yourself screaming back through time, begging you not to make the same mistake again. Have you ever felt trapped in a bizarre play where the script never changes, but the actors are constantly being recast? You end a relationship because your partner was emotionally distant, only to find yourself, a year later, staring across a dinner table at a new face, feeling that same familiar icy chasm opening between you. You leave a job to escape a toxic boss who micromanages your every move, only to start your dream position and discover your new supervisor has an uncanny resemblance in spirit, if not in form. You fight the same internal battles with anxiety or self-doubt, in new cities, new homes, surrounded by new people, yet the emotional landscape remains hauntingly identical. This is not a curse, it is not a cosmic joke, and it is most certainly not a coincidence. This is one of the most profound and powerful signs that your soul did not come here for an easy life, but for a victorious one. You are being called to break a karmic cycle. When the universe presents us with these relentless, repeating patterns, it is not punishing us, it is teaching us. It is an infinitely patient, infinitely wise instructor, offering the same core lesson packaged in different circumstances until we finally have the courage to learn it. These patterns are spiritual alarm clocks designed to shock us awake from the slumber of an unconscious life and guide us toward a deeper truth about who we are and why we are truly here. Before we dive into the very fabric of these cycles and how to unravel them, I want you to do something for me. If any of this resonates, if you felt that echo in your own life, I want you to go to the comments right now and type, "I am ready." It's more than just words. It's a declaration to yourself and to the universe that you are ready to stop repeating the lesson and start living the wisdom. This awakening often begins subtly, not with a bang, but with a quiet, persistent thirst. You might find yourself inexplicably drawn to spiritual growth and self-discovery, even if you've never considered yourself a spiritual person. This is the second major sign. It's an inner gravitational pull towards practices that expand your consciousness, like meditation, or a sudden hunger for profound philosophical questions that material success simply cannot answer. It's as if your soul, on a level deeper than your conscious mind, remembers its mission. You might find yourself wandering into a bookstore and leaving with texts on ancient wisdom or downloading a meditation app on a whim. This spiritual curiosity is your soul nudging you, reminding you that the answers you seek are not outside of you, but within. This awakening, however, can also be turbulent. For many, it follows a period of great difficulty, what the mystics call the dark night of the soul. It's a time when the life you've built suddenly feels hollow, and the things that once brought you satisfaction now feel like empty calories for the spirit. This is when the universe often sends its messages through a more direct channel, your dreams. Pay close attention to this third sign, vivid, symbolic dreams that seem to carry guidance or warnings. Are you having recurring dreams of being lost or trying to run but being stuck in mud? Or perhaps you dream of departed loved ones offering cryptic but loving advice. These are not random neural firings. They are dispatches from your subconscious, your higher self, attempting to communicate the nature of the karmic pattern you're facing. These dreams contain the symbolic keys to unlocking the cages you have found yourself in. As you begin to awaken, the universe will often accelerate the process through the fourth and often most painful sign, dramatic and abrupt ruptures with the past. This can manifest as the sudden end of a long-term relationship you thought would last forever, a shocking career change, or a painful break from your family structure. While these events can be heart-shattering, they are acts of divine intervention. Imagine a mighty oak tree, For it to grow, its seed must first be completely destroyed. The hard shell has to crack and fall away. Similarly, these painful separations are designed to shatter the energetic container that is keeping you small. They are necessary breaks from the karmic patterns that no longer serve your soul's evolution, creating the space required for new life to emerge. Within this newly created space, the fifth sign often appears with breathtaking intensity. You will find yourself in challenging, electrifying relationships with specific people who seem to trigger your deepest wounds and strongest reactions. These are not ordinary connections, they are soul contracts. These individuals, be it a romantic partner, a family member, or a colleague, have agreed on a soul level before this lifetime to push your buttons, to hold up a mirror to the unhealed parts of yourself. What differentiates these karmic relationships is their sheer intensity. A simple comment about your work might trigger overwhelming rage. A missed phone call might provoke a tidal wave of abandonment fears. The emotional response is wildly disproportionate to the event itself, and that is the entire point. It's a massive, flashing neon sign pointing directly to the karmic wound that is begging for your attention and healing. And through all of this, the repeating patterns, the spiritual thirst, the dreams, the ruptures, the intense relationships, there is a sixth sign that hums beneath the surface, a persistent, unshakable feeling that you have a greater purpose, a mission to accomplish in this lifetime. This isn't about ego-driven ambition to be famous or rich. It is a soul-level knowing that your life has a specific, profound meaning beyond ordinary goals. This inner sense of purpose is often accompanied by a cascade of synchronicities, meaningful coincidences that are too perfect to be random. You think of an old friend, and they call you that afternoon. You desperately need a piece of information, and a book containing that exact information falls off a shelf in front of you. These are winks from the universe, confirmations that despite the chaos, you are on the right path. Now it is crucial to understand the fundamental principle that governs all of this. We are conditioned to think of karma as a system of cosmic reward and punishment, but this is a profound misunderstanding. Karma is not a judge, it is a teacher. It is not punishment, it is spiritual physics. Every action, thought, and intention creates an energetic imprint, a cause that will inevitably have an effect. These imprints are carried forward until they are resolved through conscious awareness and different choices. The cycles you are experiencing are not a life sentence. They are a sacred curriculum designed by your own soul for its evolution. These are the lessons your soul knew it needed to master to reach its full potential. These karmic patterns manifest across all areas of our lives. We've talked about relationship echoes, the tendency to attract the same type of partner with different faces, whether it's the unavailable lover, the controlling partner, or the one who needs saving. This is often a recreation of an unresolved dynamic from our earliest years. Career patterns follow the same logic. Do you repeatedly clash with authority figures? Do you achieve great success only to sabotage it just as you reach the pinnacle? These are not issues with your bosses or your luck. They are karmic lessons about your relationship with power, self-worth, and your right to be seen. Financial patterns are also powerful indicators. Some experience feast or famine cycles where money flows in abundantly only to vanish just as quickly. Others work tirelessly but can never seem to get ahead, as if treading water against an invisible current. These are not just economic circumstances, they are invitations to heal your energetic relationship with abundance, security, and deservingness. Even your physical health can mirror these karmic patterns. Recurring ailments, especially chronic conditions that modern medicine struggles to explain or treat, can represent energetic blockages or unresolved emotional trauma seeking expression through the body. A chronic sore throat may be the physical manifestation of a lifetime of swallowing your truth. Persistent back pain might be the weight of burdens you were never meant to carry. As we get ready to shift from identifying these patterns to actively dismantling them, I want you to pause for a moment. If this is resonating with you, if you're seeing your own story in these words, then hit that subscribe button right now, because the tools we're about to discuss are the keys that will unlock the cage. This is where the real work and the real magic truly begins. So, how do we begin this sacred work of breaking the chains? The first and most non-negotiable step is to accept radical responsibility. This is not about blame, it is about empowerment. You must come to the profound realization that you are the common denominator in all of your repeating experiences. Until you do, you will remain trapped in a victim consciousness, powerless to change your reality. The language has to shift. The question is not, why do I keep attracting partners who betray me? The empowering question is, why do I keep creating relationships in which betrayal occurs? What part of me resonates with this experience? This subtle but powerful shift moves you from a position of powerlessness to one of creative potential. It acknowledges that some deep, unconscious part of you has been co-creating these scenarios for the sake of healing. The second crucial step is forgiveness, not as a hollow platitude, but as a potent tool for energetic release. Karmic cycles are held in place by powerful emotional charges, resentment, guilt, anger, and shame. These emotions act like energetic superglue, binding you to people and situations long after they are physically gone. True forgiveness does not mean you condone harmful behavior or that you must welcome a toxic person back into your life. It means you are choosing to cut the energetic cord that binds you to that pain. It is the selfishly divine act of recognizing that holding on to resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. It only harms you. A powerful practice like the Hawaiian healing tradition of Ho'oponopono, repeating the phrases, "I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you," directed at yourself and others, can begin to dissolve these heavy, energetic chains. With this newfound sense of responsibility and a commitment to forgiveness, you can then move to the third step, identifying and transforming your core beliefs. Your karmic patterns persist because they are constantly validating deeply held, often unconscious convictions you have about yourself and the world. Beliefs like, "I must suffer to be worthy of love," "People always leave," "I don't deserve to be wealthy," or "It's not safe to be my authentic self." These beliefs act as the invisible operating system running your life. To change them, you must first bring them into the light of conscious awareness. Then, you must actively create counterstatements, declarations of the new reality you choose to embody. For example, instead of "I am not worthy," you declare, "I choose to believe that love is my birthright." It will feel like a lie at first because you are literally forging new neural pathways that have to compete with the old, deeply grooved ones. But with conscious, consistent repetition, especially in the face of old triggers, these new beliefs will become your new reality. This internal work must be supported by the fourth element, energetic practices that clear the accumulated karma from your physical and energetic bodies. You cannot think your way out of a pattern that is stored in your cellular memory. This is where practices like meditation, specifically visualizations focused on clearing energy, become your greatest allies. You can visualize your karmic pattern as a dark, heavy color in your energy field, and with each breath, imagine a brilliant, divine light dissolving it. Sound healing is another powerful modality. Specific frequencies can break up the hardened energetic blockages where trauma is stored. Chanting, using singing bowls, or listening to healing frequencies can create profound shifts. And do not underestimate the power of physical movement. Practices like yoga, qigong, or even spontaneous dancing allow your body to release patterns that words cannot touch. Ultimately, all of this work culminates in the fifth and most critical step: consciously making new choices that directly contradict your old patterns. If your pattern is to people please, you must practice the discomfort of setting a firm boundary. If your pattern is to run from intimacy, you must choose to stay, even when it feels terrifying. These new choices will feel profoundly uncomfortable precisely because they are breaking the spell. Every time you choose a different response, you are robbing the old pattern of its power and fueling your new reality. Remember, spiritual release isn't always gentle. As old energies dissolve, you may experience a healing crisis, a temporary intensification of emotional turmoil or physical symptoms. Trust that this is not a sign of failure, but a sign of profound progress. So, how do you know when the cycle is truly broken? When is the karma complete? The first and most telling sign is emotional neutrality. You will encounter a person or a situation that once would have sent you into an emotional tailspin, and you will feel nothing. Or rather, you will feel a centered, compassionate awareness. The old trigger is pulled, but the gun is no longer loaded. Your former partner announces they're getting married, and you feel a genuine sense of peace for them. Your boss criticizes your work, and instead of spiraling into self-doubt, you are able to hear the feedback objectively, extracting what is useful and discarding what is not. This isn't apathy. It's freedom. You are no longer identified with the wound. The second, almost magical confirmation is the literal disappearance of certain types of people and situations from your life. When you have genuinely healed the energetic wound of unworthiness, you will no longer be an energetic match for people who treat you as if you are unworthy. The universe, which operates on the law of resonance, can no longer deliver experiences that do not match your new vibration. The critical colleagues either soften their approach or drift out of your life. The unavailable partners are no longer attractive to you. Your reality literally rearranges itself around your inner healing. When you break a significant karmic cycle, you do not arrive at a static finish line of enlightenment. Instead, you graduate. You enter a new phase of soul evolution, what could be called spiritual adulthood. You now face the profound and sometimes daunting responsibility of creating your life consciously, without the familiar structure of a karmic struggle to define you. The question is no longer, how do I fix this pain? But rather, now that I am free, what magnificent thing does my soul wish to create? This is where your life truly begins. In this new space of freedom, you will notice that your unique gifts, the very essence of your soul, will naturally begin to emerge to serve a greater purpose. The compassion you learned by healing your own wounds will make you an incredible healer for others. The strength you gained by overcoming adversity will make you a pillar for your community. Your personal healing becomes a gift to the collective. You embody the living proof that transformation is possible. The ultimate purpose of breaking these cycles was never just to be happy. It was to become useful, to become honorable, to become so fully yourself that your very existence makes the world a better, more compassionate place. The path was never meant to be easy. If it were, it would not have forged the strength, wisdom, and compassion your soul came here to gain. Honor your scars, celebrate your breakthroughs, and move forward with the quiet, unshakable confidence of one who has faced the darkest parts of themselves and chosen the light. The cycles are broken. The karma is complete. Now, for one final time, I want you to engage with this energy. Your story is a vital part of this collective awakening. In the comments below, I want you to share, what is the one karmic pattern you are now choosing to break? Your written declaration is a powerful act of intention. Your story may be the very thing someone else needs to read today to find the courage to begin their own journey. Let's start this revolution of freedom together right now.